Morning, guys. So let's get right into it. I'm just going to adjust my camera a little bit. All right, so today we are continuing our study of the Japanese internment camps. Let's go through the learning target first so we can do a quick review, get ourselves set, and then you guys are going to go right into the activity after the directions are explained. So first, I will be able to compare propaganda with realistic images in order to understand what life was like in Japanese internment camps. So let's just break down a couple terms that should be familiar to us from the past couple of days. So first we've got propaganda. So we know from our study of World War I, we studied World War II propaganda on Monday. Propaganda are any kinds of videos, posters, images, media, any kind of media. So videos, posters, images that are used to send a certain message, usually a misleading and untruthful message. Governments use propaganda all the time, and the US government used propaganda quite a bit during World War II and World War I, right? Today, we're going to be able to compare propaganda, so images printed or created by the government to spread a particular message. We're going to compare propaganda with real images in order to understand what life was like in Japanese internment camps. We were introduced to the internment camps yesterday. Internment simply means prison. Those internment camps were the prisons where all Japanese Americans, doesn't matter if you were a full American citizen, born here, grew up here, didn't speak any Japanese, if you had ancestors who were from Japan, if your ancestors were from Japan, during World War II, you were put in a prison camp, in an internment camp. This is what we learned yesterday. Let's review what led up to the internment camps, okay? First, we started off our unit over in Europe. We studied how Hitler starts getting aggressive. He's taking over other countries, all the way up till 1939. But so far, when Hitler's taking over other countries, getting aggressive, European countries, the US, everyone's remaining neutral. People are staying out of it. Nobody wants to get involved in a war. Then in 1939, Hitler invades Poland. Once he does that, Great Britain and France are like, okay, too much. Can't just stand by and watch anymore. We're going to get involved in the war. And alliances begin to form. So on one side, you've got Great Britain. On the Allied side, Great Britain and France come together, along with Russia and China. And on the Axis side, we've got Germany, Italy, and Japan. Okay? By 1939, it's full-blown war. All the allies, all the Axis are fighting against each other. Then in 1941, Japan attacks the US. Japan attacks Hawaii, attacks Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. Once Pearl Harbor happens, many Americans become suspicious of Japanese Americans. Simply because Japan attacked the US, Americans become suspicious wrongly of Japanese Americans. And in 1942, the internment camps, which you will continue studying today, are fully open, and they're going to remain open for a number of years. So before you move on to, or before you watch the rest of this video to get directions on the assignment, go ahead and just go back to the post and watch that YouTube video. It gives you a nice visual of what internment camps, what the process of putting people in internment camps look like. So take a moment to pause, go watch that YouTube video, and then come back for directions. So if you're ready for the directions on the assignment, here we go. So our directions today are at the top. Directions. The American government spent a lot of time and money making the internment camps look humane so that other American citizens would not protest their existence. In this activity, you will be comparing photos taken by the government with photos taken by journalists who were trying to investigate the problem, or you'll look at prisoners' drawings. After observing each photo below, answer the accompanying question. The question underneath each photo is the same. What conclusions would you draw about Japanese internment camps after seeing this photo in the newspaper? Why? Explain in 2 to 4 sentences. And what conclusions would you draw about Japanese internment camps after seeing this photo in the newspaper? Why? So you'll notice the question is the same. But these images give us a very different picture of what life was like in the internment camps. The one on the left is always a photo taken by the government. This is an example of propaganda, whereas this photo is a realistic image, or it's an image which was drawn by a prisoner of the internment camp. You'll notice that there are 4 image sets. You must complete the questions for 3 of the image sets. Don't forget at the end to do the exit ticket.